Gentlemen, good morning. How you doing? Bright-eyed this morning. My name is Phil Pachansky with ITT Flight Corporation. This is Steve McCaughey, the service manager for Flight. We're going to be doing a training session today on the propeller pumps that are out on the site. They're our model PP 4680s, 40 horsepower. And it shouldn't be too long. We'll get you out of here as fast as we can. I know you guys are probably tired. Since we're being videotaped today, I'm obligated to read something, so bear with me. Only qualified operators or technicians should conduct maintenance on the product or products described in this video presentation. It is the responsibility of the operator or technician to comply with all local, state, and federal guidelines and directives concerning environmental, health, and safety. The training provided by this video is intended specifically for the product or products in the configuration as described within the context of the video. ITT Water and Wastewater Flight Products assumes no liability for any damages arising from misuse of the equipment or failure to comply with applicable safety standards. In addition, strict adherence to the official operating and maintenance manuals furnished for this specific project is required in order not to void the warranty and to offer guidelines to follow safety procedures as outlined in the manuals. If a conflict should arise between this videotape and the printed operating and maintenance manual, the printed O&M manual will be the governing factor to determine correct procedures. Steve, got a few minutes?
Yep. Okay. I'm Steve. Been at Flight for 23 years, somewhere around there. Been there forever, basically. You guys have mixers here, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Basically, a propeller pump is nothing but a mixer. It's identical. Part for part is identical. The only difference is where they go down the guide rails. One's shooting the water into a tank, one's pumping it out. It's the only difference. If you've worked on the mixers, you're going to see that these are identical. These are identical. If you've got them, you've been doing maintenance to them or watching them run anyway. There's not a lot you can do to them. There's very, very little for maintenance on them. I recommend changing the oil once a year. You may want to pull them up twice a year, check the cables, just visually inspect them. I measure them and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys have megas, but I mean, I think it's a great idea to measure them once every 6 months, pull them up, inspect the cables, just visual inspection more than anything, change the oil. But there's not a lot you're going to be able to do inside to them, unfortunately. They're all pretty well self-contained. The bearings are sealed, pre-grease, there's no grease fittings, none of that. Any moisture gets into the mixer, water gets in, cable cuts. Seal lets go, you're going to get a seal leakage light on the mixer and other propeller pump. And I'm sure you have that on your other equipment, so it's kind of redundant. For environmental reasons, they've gone to a mineral oil. All of our pumps use it now. They all use mineral oil. It's just more environmentally friendly. If seal lets go, it leaks all the oil into the water. So I use a biodegradable oil now.
Construction similar to the other ones. Yeah, they're all 316 stainless or 304. The only thing not stainless on it's the oil housing bucket. It's a fiberglass. I don't know why they went with fiberglass, but it doesn't seem to hurt anything. So, but the rest of it's all stainless. Heavy, heavy machine. They are a heavy machine. The weight on this one is about 1,200 pounds, 1,400 pounds. They're a heavy. They're nothing but a big fan, really, if you look at them. They're nothing but a big fan. What'd you say the flow rate out of these are?
12,500.
Yeah. You know, it pushes a lot of water. They push a lot of water. RPM on this one is 435.
435?
Yep. You know, it's a 16-pole motor, I believe, 12-pole motor. There are special tools if you decide to work on them yourself. There's a handful of special tools you're going to need. It actually isn't very many. There's one. It's for a loading nut on top of the upper bearing. Basically preloads the whole machine. It holds the machine together. Special locking nut. The rest are general hand tools, snap ring pliers. Everything's metric. We spin her around. That's good like that. fills here. I usually put them up on their head when I do them, just so you know. When I work on them, I tip them straight up. You can do them this way, it's a little hassle. Prop comes off, this comes off, there's a bolt in here. Back the bolt off, the whole prop comes off, so it's a lot easier to get to. It's got its own jacking bolt built into it. So when you loosen up the bolt, it actually drives the impeller, the prop right off. It's on a key, so when you put it on, just line the key up, drive the bolt back in with an impact, you're done. Quick and easy. That's your fill. Your drain is down the bottom, right over in there. Same size screw. They're metric. Everything's metric. Fill is right in there. The prop will come off in probably 5 or 6 minutes. They're that easy to get off. And, you know, get them over here, pull it off, you can drain and fill it. It's, like I said, it's mineral oil, so you spill some, big deal. Not gonna hurt a damn thing.
How much?
I gotta look in the book. I don't remember exactly how much this thing takes. It's in all the O&Ms, though. You can fill them up to the hole. If you have it level, you fill it up to the hole, you're full. I measure them. Personally, I prefer to measure them.
It won't hurt to overfill.
It can. If you overfill them, it will. You get it sitting nice and level like that, that's where your level's going to sit. It leaves you enough air pocket in there for expansion. The drawback with the oil they use, it does not emulsify with water in it. So you have water in there, you can open it up and go, oh yeah, oil's nice and clean. Well, the top half is clean, the bottom half is all water. There's an owner's manual, there's a parts list. Each parts list that they send out is made specifically for your unit.
Yeah.
This one here, you've got a serial number over here, 075-00020, I believe it is on this one.
We have a different manual for each one?
Yep.
So these numbers will actually be in the manual?
They're actually
so we don't have to pull
correspond.
these out to get them up?
They're all the same anyway, but each one is individualized for your individual mixer. You'll find the serial number with that one. It's every part that this thing was built with. And I know you've got 4 of them that are the same, so they're all going to be the same, but if you happen to have 2 different models, 2 different prop blades, everything is in them. They started doing that 8-10 years ago, computerized, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah. The guy brought his stuff is down there. After a while, you're not going to be able to read it.
Yeah, you can. Yep, these are laser etched, and they're stainless. They don't come off. You can scrub them off, they come out clean. They actually, 15 years later, you'll read them. It's amazing.
That'll work.
Yep, there you go. Well, the other thing is, if for some reason you can't read it, you know which numbers are what. Steve, I've got serial number blah, 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 blah. Punch in the computer, it gives me a rundown of what was in your mixer originally as it was built. So it's not a bad thing. The biggest thing I can tell you is pulling these in and out, watch the cables. You got held with a clamp up here, should be stainless. I'm assuming it's stainless. If it's not, they tend to rust out, falls in. This stuff's probably 14 bucks a foot, 15 bucks a foot. And when you chop one up, if it's sitting underwater for any amount of time, it acts like a wick. I mean, if you cut it and get it out of the water, change the cable, you're fine. You let it sit in there for a week or 2, you'll be changing bearings and seals and everything else in it. I don't know if these are going to be running 24/7. I don't know how often they're going to run these. Does anybody?
I mean, if they're online, I would imagine, yeah.
No, they're on a VFD. I know that. I've saw the controls. They recommend an overhaul every 8,000 hours, give or take, which is about a year running 24/7.
It won't hurt to change oil every year.
Change the oil every 6 months is the best thing. The seals,
When you pull it up, you visual check, change
visual check it and change the oil. Exactly. Do it every 6 months. I mean, if you see that they're only running 3 hours a day, change it to once a year. It just pull them up to inspect. Checking back to the prop here, stuff starting to build up. You may get some rags building up. If you change your oil and you see some water in it, don't be real concerned unless it's chock full. If you got a little bit of water in there, it's normal. It's a mechanical seal. You're going to get some leakage. Get something wrapped around, open the seal up a little bit, lets water in. Drain it out, check it in another month and a half. If it's clean, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. There's an inspection up here, and they're a little hard to get at. There's an inspection screw up here. You'll have to bear with me while I find it. Under this here is an inspection screw. You take this little piece off, there's another bolt under here, and another small one inside. That's to check your stator, any oils or water in your stator. This has a leakage sensor built in, so I don't recommend checking that very often. It's just a small O-ring. It's a small little opening. Unless you're getting a leakage arm, I wouldn't recommend opening it. It's just that it's a small, you lose them, there's little O-rings in them, they're kind of a pain. The rest of it's nice and easy to work on, they really are.
Now the seals, is that something we could do here? or-
You actually could on these are a plug-in type seal. Again, quick and easy. This unscrews an M12 bolt in the back of this, drives your prop off. The seal's right there. Take a snap ring off, it pops out in one piece, drive the new one back in, put the snap ring on, put your prop back on, you get a brand new seal in it. It's a dual mechanical seal, just like the old ones were, except it's built in one cartridge, just for ease of getting in and out. You can do them out in the field, and probably within 45 minutes to an hour, have a new seal put in. You don't have to lube them, you don't have to do anything to it. It's all one cartridge, and you just slide them in, lock it in place with a snap ring, and you're done. They call them a plug-in seal. But the seals are tough. They're tungsten, upper and lower. And they're all, like I said, one piece, but they're upper and lowers, and they're both tungsten, so they hold up well. You know, I don't know how much grit you're going to get through this or anything else. Won't know until you run it. But, you know, look for any wear on the trailing edges of your prop. The shape of them, the props seem to hold up very, very well. They seem to hold up very, very well. Any questions on these?
Pretty straightforward.
It is pretty straightforward. They are pretty straightforward. Simple design. It's just a motor, no gearbox, nothing. It's just a straight run, really. Full load amps on this one is 80, I believe. You know, is it 80? How good my memory is. 80 amps, yeah. But they move a lot of water. The operation of them extremely quiet. Well, you've got some.
Yeah, we wear them on.
Yeah, you don't hear them. Another thing you might want to watch, you don't really have a support, but leave a little tension on this. Not, you don't need a lot, just enough to keep a little tension. You see it shake and you've got something wrapped around the prop. You get them out of bounds, it beats them up real bad. But I would leave a little tension on here, not enough to lift it.
Slack.
You don't want it real slack, just a little bit, just enough so something jams up, starts vibrating, you can see it on the wire. It's just you're walking by and you go, hey, wait a minute, why is this thing shaking? Chances are you're going to find something jammed around that prop. Like I said, I don't know how much debris you're going to get through this thing, so you don't want them shaking. It beats up your bearings so badly. Any other questions? We can lower it down. Like I said, they don't tell you in the book, but it's just, you leave enough on there.
Bottom, get your slack and then tighten up.
Yeah, you don't need to pull the weight off it, just enough so something jams on it. I mean, this thing should be relatively stable. You start seeing it through this, there's something on it. That's how they go up and down, though, nice and easy, really. Only a little tension on there, that's all you need. Just keep your eye on all those little callum grips. You see them break every so often. Nice clean design. This one running?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's pretty smooth. You can feel how smooth it is.
Exactly. This thing starts loading up. You'll see it moving. Yeah, that's not bad. Like I said, you touch them, you can feel it.
Yeah.
For something that big, it's amazing how quiet they run.